I haven't always had abs. No matter how many times I followed the workouts in Men's Health, picked the chicken salad when I really wanted a bacon butty, or told myself this is the diet that's really going to shrink the belly, something would always derail me. And I'd find myself right back at square one with a slightly tighter belt and one more failed attempt to burn belly fat, until that little voice creeps in. What's the point in even trying again? You'll just fail like you always do. Hi, I'm Ian Dowie, the online PT, not the old palace manager, and today I'm going to walk you through the low-light reel of my worst belly fat burning blunders, so you can save yourself from the years of frustration that I went through. If there's one reason I'm even remotely qualified to call myself an expert in burning belly fat, it's not because I'm 24/7 shredded. It's because I've failed repeatedly and sometimes quite expensively before I finally figured it out. Because before I cracked the code, I made the same mistakes that you're probably making right now. Anyway, here's what didn't work. Monday morning and I am Mr. Fitness. 5 a.m. alarm clock, trainers on, and a 5k before work. Calories slashed, dry January and June. No carbs, no booze, no nothing. By Thursday, I've been hit with a mad deadline at work, back-to-back meetings, and I'm stress eating a panini in the car, whilst muttering to myself, oh, I'll get back to this next Monday. It's not like I deliberately stopped being good. Life got in the way, and before I knew it, I simply wasn't on a diet anymore. I didn't quit. It just fell apart. And once I'd already messed up, that little voice kicks in saying, might as well go all out now. It was so frustrating. I'm not a complete disaster in other areas of my life. I can hold down a job, maintain a relationship, I've got my finances in order. So why was I utterly helpless when it came to looking after my own body? And that little voice in my head got louder each time. Maybe this is just who you are. Maybe you're just meant to be a big lad. Maybe you're just going to be fat forever. I even started to believe it. And it wasn't just about how I looked. It was the little moments like keeping my shirt on and avoiding the pool when I was on holiday, or buying clothes in a size larger than I really wanted to admit. One day I realised where I was going wrong. I was trying to use motivation to solve a lifestyle problem. But motivation for me dies as soon as life gets really hard. So instead of flogging myself for lacking willpower, I took an honest look at my life, and instead of trying 10 out of 10 at fitness, like a 5k run before breakfast, I tried a 7 out of 10 fitness plan, like 2 or 3 gym workouts a week. And instead of cutting out carbs from my life completely, I just cut them out at lunch, which meant I still got my protein in and didn't feel hungry all afternoon, but it meant that my girlfriend didn't have to live like she was on a diet too, just because I was. Because of these little changes, it didn't constantly feel like my diet was really hard, which meant I could keep it up on days where life got on top, which meant that I didn't quit. And finally, it just became a habit to have a healthier lunch, which meant that I was lighter and fitter than I had been in years, which leads us nicely into the opposite mistake. Every internet PT, every men's health workout plan, and every famous fat loss expert peddles these stories about how easy it is to burn belly fat. If it's so easy, look at the high street. Why is everyone fat? And I fell for it every single time. Fat loss sounded so easy, I honestly thought I'd just stumble into a six-pack. All I had to do was swap my sandwich for a lettuce wrap and do a few sit-ups, right? Or lose a couple of pounds and I'd be getting this phone call.
Yeah, hi Men's Health. I'd love to be on the front cover.
So when after 3 weeks I'd lost those pounds and still didn't look like this, I just thought my metabolism must be broken and I'm one of those guys who can't get in shape. When I believed that burning belly fat was easy, I didn't respect the level of effort required. I didn't plan, I cut corners, which meant that I quit the moment it got inconvenient. Since you've clicked this video, I know you know deep down it's not easy. You're not lazy, you're just sick of being sold fantasy fixes for real life problems. I know what you're thinking. I've just said don't try too hard, and now I'm saying try harder. So which one is it? It's not easy to change your behaviour. But once you've made the initial effort to make a change, you can expect that effort level to drop. If you're having to force yourself continuously, it's a great sign that you're on the wrong path. You only have so much energy. Don't rely on willpower. One day, after trying every fast fat loss method I could think of, I decided to go the other way and be patient. Planning to lose 1 or 2 pounds a week for as long as it took until I liked what I saw in the mirror, instead of trying to drop a stone in 7 days. Because of this, I didn't feel like a failure when I didn't look like this on day 6. So I stayed feeling motivated and I could keep going until I did look like this, which leads us nicely to the next social media driven mistake. Every time I'd see a video of guys like these, I'd feel a mixture of motivation and inadequacy wash over me. A little voice asking, why can't you just push yourself harder like they do? So I'd go off the deep end. Never mind couch to 5k. I was going couch to the length of Africa. And how long do you think that lasted? By day 3, my calves, knees and ankles felt like they'd been replaced by tasers. And the first day I skipped a run for some reason, the whole thing collapsed. So why couldn't I keep this up? Because I've got a job, a partner, a social life, a dodgy knee, and as inspiring and motivating as these lads are, I'm not like them. Once I realised I didn't have to be some sort of superhero to burn belly fat, I stopped going all or nothing and started going realistic and repeatable. 30-minute walk at lunch, 20-minute gym sessions when I didn't have time for a longer one. Definitely not as cool or eye-catching as those lads. But for me, it was manageable. So I could stick to my plan and continue to get stronger and leaner. And the end justified the not so glamorous means, which leads us nicely onto another mistake I used to make. Monday to Friday, eating healthy, avoiding snacks and drinking water. Saturday and Sunday, I've been good all week, I deserve this. What started as an innocent cheat meal quickly became a cheat weekend. And by Sunday night, I'd demolished 5 days worth of hard work in 48 hours. And the worst part was stepping on the scales on Monday morning, seeing the number creep up again, and knowing that I've just sabotaged myself. I wasn't treating myself, I was pressing the reset button on my fat loss every single weekend. I still enjoy my weekends, but I don't forget that what I'm trying to do is not be fat. Is it harder? Yeah, but remember the last point, fat loss isn't supposed to be easy. Now I feel like I'm in control of my weekends. And I don't weigh myself on a Monday morning feeling shocked and surprised at what the number says. Every hack and gimmick you can think of, I tried them all. But I wasn't tracking my protein and I wasn't thinking about total calories. Because deep down I genuinely believed I had those parts sewn up without even trying. I don't think I was being cocky or arrogant. I thought that because I'm not a vegetarian, I'll definitely be hitting my protein. And because I drink semi-skimmed milk, I'll definitely be fine with my calories. It wasn't until I downloaded MyFitnessPal and kept an honest food diary for a few days that I saw how low on protein I was and just how many calories were in the couple of biscuits I had with a cup of tea in the afternoon. Yep, even digestives. Doing a complete food diary like this was a bit of a pain, but I'm so glad I did it because it showed me where I was making the biggest mistakes with what I was eating. And from there, I could fix the ones that felt easiest for me to fix, which then meant I lost half a stone without it feeling like I'd even had to try. So I didn't feel fed up of being on a diet eating chicken and broccoli, which meant that I could keep going with burning belly fat, and my shirts fit better and my trousers fit looser. And the coolest thing about making so many gullible and stupid mistakes myself is that now I can save guys like Matt from making the same mistakes I did. He did this without trying to live like some sort of fitness monk or chasing diet hacks or relying on motivation. He went to the gym a few times a week and tried 7 out of 10 hard. He stopped doing solo runs to the chicken shop after a bad day at work. And he didn't try and look that much difference overnight. And because of all that, he's lost 6 stone, kept it off, and feels good about getting his kit off on holiday. So if you're sick of feeling like you're starting over every Monday, following nonsense advice and feeling like everything you've tried has let you down, I've put together the training and diet guide I wish I'd had when I started. It's not a rigid military style program because you and I both know that doesn't work. It's simple meal plans that won't ruin your social life. workouts that will get your arms and shoulders looking great for summer, and a way to track how far you've come so you can stay motivated even when you're having a bad day. Click the link and I'll send it your way. And if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments. Learn from my mistakes rather than racking up your own. And if you want to see the 5 priorities for fat loss, click here. Cheers.